Hey guys, so yeah, so I'm doing these different things in sections. So this all might, hopefully it all comes together and it looks good when you see the different sections. But I wanted to show you this paper. So most of, or a good portion of the signatures, and we are going to be working on finalizing signatures and on working on some of the ephemera today and finishing up the book. But a lot of the paper in here came from this cool pad of paper. And I mentioned this earlier and I wanted to show it to you. I am pretty sure that I got this at Dollar General. I think so. But I may have gotten this at Joann's. And I don't know for sure. So I'm just going to tell you both places. But I'm going to look for this. I'm going to start looking to see if I can get another one of these. Because it just has the best freaking paper ever. It has so many options for ephemera, and then you get 3, I think, of each sheet. So, you know, you can recognize this one, but I wanted to also show you, let's see if I can get to that page. I wanted to show you a page or two that I am using purely for ephemera. Good gracious. But even if I wasn't, these are like pre-aged pages. And so if you're working on a junk journal, this is just, you know, golden, because it's hard to find this kind of stuff. Like the original. So maybe you can find it in estate sales. That's a place where I've looked before. That one is so pretty. I love that one. I know that I'm using it in one of them, but I love it. Looking at this one, I do like that I could cut some of these sections out and add them in, but it's still not what I'm looking for. We've got a denim look in here. This one I used, love that one. And like I said, there are 3 pieces. I love that, because it gives me so much more. Okay, this is driving me nuts. Here we go. This is one of the ones I wanted to show you. So I took this one earlier, and I knew that I could get some serious ephemera from it. And let me tell you, I did. So I'm going to do this over here for a minute. All of this came from this. Every little bit. So, you know, the improved game baseball and peculiar game Yankee Peddler and this kind of cool toy thing. And we've got jack straws and electric trains. I mean, it was just the coolest thing. I had to go carefully, and I could separate this to create some additional little pieces. But all in all, I'm just so tickled with it, with the amount that I'm getting from it. And the fact that I have 2 more sheets of this that I can make even more out of. I just love that. So this was one. There's just so much here. Car racers. I love that one. So you get this really cool set. I don't even know how many pieces this is. It's a lot. It's a lot of pieces. So this was one section in here, and I bought this last year. I don't know if it's still available. So that was one. I'm going to show you another one. I just have to find it, because I really just wanted to show you all and let you see, you know, what you can find. I love this one. And again, I have 2 more sheets of this one. So I went through this one earlier, and I went ahead and cut it up. Now, if I decide to, I could actually attach these in a way that you wouldn't know this was 2 pieces. And I did cut out some of these pieces because I kind of like the way these look, and I could combine them with some of the other little pieces over here. So I didn't get rid of those. This one just kind of needs a title. And then, so we've got these little bits that kind of show up. I love the happy one here. And then underneath that is shine and silly. And then I start getting into the full-fledged little bingo cards. Aren't these adorable? And it's decent paper. I don't have to back this again if I don't want to. I mean, I could, but it's not necessary. I think these are adorable. And what did I figure I got from here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 full pieces, and then all of this little stuff. So, you know, for one sheet of paper, wow, that's a very decent amount. And then this thing is just the gift that keeps on giving. I haven't cut this page out, but I do have a page of this, I think, pulled. Do I? No, I haven't pulled one of these yet. So this one would be very easy to pull and then attach it to the back of another, like, I would do that. I will do that. I'm going to cut these out very carefully, and then I will attach them to the back of another attractive piece of paper, something that it will actually work with it. That'll be kind of cool. And then I have not cut this one out yet. This is a whole nother one. So I cut some of them out. I didn't do all of them. This one's really neat. I love all of the different options you're getting in here. These are just I'm just saying, I mean, it's hard to come across some of the ephemera that I see other people have. I did do this one. So this one was really cool because you look at the whole page, but when you pull them out and look at them individually, it's just super cool. This said Park Lane, so I am assuming that this is a Joann fabric if they still have more. Are these cool? So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 additional pieces of ephemera just from that one page that I worked on. So let me take a quick look. I don't think there's more. There are some wonderful pages. So if you're someone who doesn't want to cut up a book, I think this is wonderful, but I would probably use this as is because I'm not going to get enough ephemera from this. I'm not going to get enough pieces from that. Let's see. And this is cool. I mean, you could easily make these cool strips to go along the bottom and sides of paper. Okay, so I just wanted to show you this. I love this, and I think I missed a page early on. There's like this antique deck of cards in here somewhere. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Real quick. Y'all know me too well to think that I can do anything real quick. I can try. There's another postcard page, but again, this one's so overlapping that I would not even try to separate that one out. So this isn't really a haul video. I've had this for a while, but I will say I think it is super exciting. I'm not seeing, I know that the card section was in here, but I may have pulled it out already. I may have already used that one. So that's a bummer. Well, I guess it's not a bummer because I've already used it for something. I want more. So anyway, it is a fabulous, fabulous pack of paper. If you can get it, and you're doing journaling, I would highly suggest it. Nope, they're not doing a darn thing for me. This is not a sponsored video. Although I do have some sponsored videos coming. I'm really excited about those, but I've got to wait till the product comes in. I do have a page of this. Okay. So I've been mentioning that before. I really want to do an Alice in Wonderland junk journal. Maybe I'll even do an Alice in Wonderland album. And this is kind of perfect. This just Screams, Alice in Wonderland, the cards. And so I have one sheet of that. I wasn't sure if I used it. I didn't think I did. I have 2 sheets of it. I have 2 sheets of it left, so I must have used one. But again, you get 3 sheets. Anyway, Park Lane Heirloom. Super, super fantastic. All right, I'm going to lean back and put that back where it belongs. Okay, so I'm going to put some of this ephemera away, at least for a moment. Like I said, I'm really excited about some of these pieces. I don't really know if these are going to show up in this album, because this album already has its own flavor. But I will show you. I have a little haul. So, but I don't know if I'm going to do a haul with it because I need to use it right away. So now I'm going to decide whether I want to use my orange stretchy. And this is Merchant 41 Neon Elastic. Making a mess here. Neon Elastic. This is the spandex and nylon, and for $2.99, and often quite, much cheaper than that, I get this from Hobby Lobby. And it has 3 yards. So that's not bad. All right. So now I'm going to take these. These are my signatures. And now I kind of want to decide, do I want this to be orange on there? Or do I want the yellow on yellow? I kind of like the orange. I think the orange, because it kind of makes these little feet pop out. This is nice and solid on here, by the way, guys. Those really... I can't even. It's too stinking cute. So I may end up using this whole thing. I don't know. I think the price point is really good. So it is stretchy, and once we start stretching it, we'll see. So my first order of business is to decide, do I want these to be individual, or do I want them to be, do I want to wrap? So there are two ways that I do this, or I can do this, which is to take one piece and just wrap it around, so I end up with 4 here, and 4 strings here to put my signatures into, and then I bring them all together, but it's wrapping over the top. And or I can cut 4 individual pieces and tie each one of them up. I think I'm going to do my wrap, which is what I normally do. It can be a little bit difficult just because you have to make this piece taut to some degree. All right, so I'm going to start. I'm going to raise the camera a little bit too. I'm going to try to get it much higher. And I will try to keep things in the view of the camera. I'm using a different... Let's see if I can... I'm not sure I helped. I'm not sure that helped. But we'll give it a shot. So much. All right. There's already quite a bit in here. When I'm making these to sell, I have to be careful not to just keep going. I think I said that can work out to be quite expensive. All right, I'm going to do it the other way I normally do. I'm going to put those in last. All right, so I'm going to hold this on one side, and I'm going to wrap, and I'm pulling it taut. I don't want it to be ridiculous, but I do want it to hold things in place. And in order to do that, it does have to have some, tautness, I guess is the way to put it. It's the way I did put it. Okay, so I wrapped it quick and honestly, quick and easy. I'll be able to move those around. Oh my God, I can't hold on to it underneath it. I'm trying to grab it. There we go. I was trying to grab it underneath with my finger. So once I get these together, I'm going to move these over a little bit. Start to put them where I want them to be. So this is actually my first one. There we go. Like that. I think that'll look good on the inside. So now, you know, I'm gonna be crossing over, but I definitely want enough. I don't know what's what I'm looking for. Extra spacing? Extra? All right. I'm gonna cut this off. Right there. Move that out of the way. I don't know if there'd be enough there for a second one. Maybe. So if you notice, I am moving this kind of high. First things first, I am making my knot. This is hard. To me, that's the hardest part. All right. I'm going to straighten this up a little bit back here before I do anything else. I want these to be taut. I don't want them to hurt my book. So I don't want them to be so tight that they're actually damaging the spine. I hope I've succeeded in that. All right, those are looking pretty good. All right. Now you can see that this is, you know, crisscrossing, and that's not necessarily a great look. So now we're going to bring it together. And all that crisscrossing makes sense. Good gracious. Elastic is not my favorite thing to work with. And at the moment, I'm not going to get rid of too much of it. So you end up getting this, what they used to call that when we were in school, like a witch's tail thing, if you were doing. So now I've got my signatures. Turn it back around again. Now I'm going to put my signatures in. So I'm going to actually start, you're going to play with these a little bit. And there's going to be, a little bit of give and take on some of these. Well, not all of them. But eventually you'll get it where you want it. Okay, so then my next order of business, I am going to take my last signature, and I want to make sure I know the center. And for this one, this is the center of this particular signature. So I'm just putting it in. And you can see now what I mean about how easy it would be for someone to add additional pieces. Say they came across, a piece of paper or a note or, coloring page or something that they're like, I really want to add that in. I like that one there. And so they can go ahead and do that. Or someone, on the same side, they have something and they're like, I don't like the way that turned out. I'm going to switch it. I'm going to do a different thing there. And it's easy. Easy, easy peasy. This should be the middle. It's not the middle. That's the middle. Is that the middle? Okay. Making sure that's the middle. So, look how easy these go in. Super easy. I do work from the back forward. It just kind of works. And then, there we go. This is number 1. I will finally be able to take out the numbers. Oh, this one disappeared on me. Last one, and you had to be funky. There we go. We're just getting it in so it's centered. Whoa. All right. That is feeling pretty full, guys. It's got some weight to it. I don't know why that makes me laugh. The other reason I like it, I like doing it this way, is because I can really open it up and flatten it up and really take a good look at what's inside. So now I have a lot of different pieces. Now I'm going to add some additional interest. I like things that add levels. I am taking these out as I go. And I'm kind of looking through it to make sure that I feel that this is cohesive. I like that. I think that page, when it opens up, looks really nice. So there are some blank pages. So I have to figure out, what do I want to do something with those? I have to just, that's just the part where I get to start thinking about the fun stuff. I do really like some of what's in here. I will tell you, I'm never totally happy. And I understand that is sort of the state of being for most artists. I don't know that I consider myself an artist. But I always feel like there's something else I should do. Maybe I should look at it again, and maybe I should do. And I know that way lay madness. So, I like this one. So I know some things I want to do with that. I want to make that into more of a tuck. There's plenty I could do with this one. If I wanted to, I could go over this way and create a different a page there, or a tuck there. I could simply fold it down and create another tuck here or there. I mean, there's a lot I could do with that single page. I just don't think I want to. I think I like the way it looks. And you can see I have a tendency to just keep looking through what I've done. I like this because this actually creates an additional tuck. And I like that this is torn instead of cut, instead of being perfect. I don't always like it like that. Like it like that. But I do like that one. So this is coming around. Coming around? Yeah, I guess it's a cute. It's adorable. I don't always put something between what I've chosen for this one and this one. But I liked it this time because when I found this paper, I just really liked the way it reflected the pig. He was kind of a cutie. So, yeah, this is kind of coming together. I like that master cleanse. And here you got, better heat meat. This is so fun. This is super fun. Oops. Yep. And then this is our final signature. Okay. As I said, these are not done, but they're getting there. It's another reason I have to flip back through it. Let me make sure I took all those numbers out. I don't want to be at a show and have someone open it up and see that little sticky and say, "What's this?" That would be my embarrassment. Okay. And there we go. Cute. All right. All right. So my signatures are looking pretty good. They are looking pretty fat. 3 inches, a 3-inch spine was perfect so far. All right. Now I want to, as promised, we're going to work on some ephemera. Well, I'm going to work on some ephemera. I hope you all stick around to watch. This is about the most I generally do to the front of my books. I just like them like this. My word. Sorry. There's a tack on the floor. Why is there a tack on the floor? I do not know. But there is, and I'm going to get it up before I stick my foot into it. I do love it. So now I'm really going to start looking page by page and figuring out what do I want to do with them? I do want to close up some of my I can't think. Pockets here. This is best done like this. Because I want to get it, you know, just right here. Oh, man. So, should I have done this earlier? Probably. I just never know what I want to do with it sometimes. So now I'm just going to take a quick walk through one more time. I'm going to be looking for pockets that I decide I want to seal. And I'm sure there are a few. And I'm just going to go ahead real quick and just do a little gluing. That's one of my favorites. So this is just the, I think to me, this is just the easiest angle. And again, I don't want to go all the way to the top because I don't want the glue coming out and sticking pages together. So the glue will travel far enough, even if you don't do that. Okay. What did you all do today? Took little Brit to the doctor this morning. He had that terrible cough. And it was beginning to worry me because he was holding his chest. So I took him to the doctor this morning. He got all dressed up because he was ready to go. If you remember, I had said he was excited. He wanted to wear a suit for his spring pictures. And I pre-ordered his pictures. But, you know, I said, we really need to take him to the doctor and just make sure he's going to be okay. And daggone it, he threw up on the way into the doctor. Poor baby. And then, you know, right away at that point, if you're getting sick like that, you're not going into school. Not in this day and age. You just cannot expose other children to anything if you can control it. And then when he got in, this was the first time he was running a fever. He was running a low-grade fever. And I had some work I was doing with some classes, some presentations to do today. So my husband came home for a little bit and took care of little Brit so I could run into school. I went into school. We were hoping that my husband would be able to stay. But, so I came back. And at least I got the presentations done for this big project these kids are doing next week. And then, yeah. Now it's evening. And little Brit and hubby are upstairs. I'm trying to decide. I think I want to attach this one to this side instead of that one again. I'm going to do it this way. I know that means it's on both the same side on both ones, but I kind of like it like that. For me, there are definitely people, junk journalists, junk journalists? That sounds so fancy. People who do junk journals who do all of their ephemera and all of what I'm doing right now before they put the book together. They'll do it as they get pages. And sometimes I do that part. But sometimes I really just want to see how it's all looking. Looking together. What do I really want to make into a tuck spot? What do I not? And there are other things I could have done to seal this up, such as, let me see. There's stuff right here. Just have to find it. I mean, I could take any piece of, daggone it. I have tons of stuff and I can't find a doggone thing. So what I could do, I'm moving some things down here. is take something like maybe one of these pictures, and I could cut it down and I could wrap it around the side, and then that would seal it in while still adding a level of interest. The corn's cute, but I actually particularly like, planting the tree. I think that's cool. I should go ahead and just do that there. I have some interest there. I'm gonna seal it. So that, I mean, that's just another way to do it. So that kind of is why I say I just don't know what I'm gonna do until I do it. I'm a free spirit that way. Yeah. So the real bummer, so the doctor was actually a little bit concerned about, he a little bit started to have a lot of pain every time he was coughing. I mean, a lot of pain. And that's really what, it's hard to know in this day and age when to take your kids to the doctor. It just is. And when to worry, when to do things. But, when he's in pain, I'm taking him to the doctor. And so she was a little concerned. She said, we want to make sure that he does not get pneumonia from this, because he's got a terrible red throat. And because of where he was saying he was in pain, something about the lining of the lungs. She said she couldn't hear it, but what he was describing was so specific. And like at his lung lining. Isn't that scary? And so she wanted to make sure he did not get pneumonia. I'm all for that. Let's make sure he does not get pneumonia. So she put him on some medication. He came home for the day. He missed out his picture day. And there will not be a makeup day, which is a bummer. So we'll just have to, take some additional pictures of him in his suit. So cute. Such a cutie. And go from there. So I got a card. I actually was there right as the people were leaving. That's how I asked them if they were scheduled for a makeup day, because I did not know. And they said no. We actually have a lot of kids out sick right now. And I said, well, I prepaid for this. Like, well, you could come into the studio, which is pretty far away from me. Well, that's probably, not my best plan. Or she gave me a number to call to get a refund. So just a pain. I was really, the nice thing about that is I would have had all of those different pictures, the 8x10s and the 5x7s for Grandma and Grandpa and Grandma Lynn and brother. Okay, we are almost there. You'll notice that I'm only bothering to glue down the outside pocket. I am not going to worry about the inside part of this pocket. It's right there, fairly well locked in, so nothing should really move too much out of there. Still with that on. I actually really love the orange here too. So I'm really pleased with that. Golly, there's a lot of pockets, aren't there? I'm not going to be doing pockets forever. It did just go through my mind that maybe I should just skip this part and not put this into the video, but I have said before, or promised myself even, that I'll share with you guys. There we go. So I'm doing some sharing today. Okay, there we go. Wow. So he's getting pretty packed. He's getting big, but he's not done. So it's time for me to start looking at some additional ephemera and what kind of pieces I want to put into him. And what I'm going to do is put him aside and take a look at some of the ephemera I have and take a look at some of the pieces that I want to build. And then, like I said, go from there. I have some different things. I'm just going to bring down a few of them. This is the part that can take the longest, because there's some thought process that has to go into it. I made this envelope earlier. I'm going to move Ducky away for just a second. I made this envelope earlier out of a book page, and I really love this envelope. And then I realized that I had made it way too big. So this is literally just over 8 inches. And for the most part, this is just under 8 inches. So I'm trying to decide if I want this to stick up out of the top, which isn't really problematic. I do love it though. I'm tempted to do something, inside it. I could like include something fun. I don't know. But if I do something like that, this would be a good thing to go maybe. Look at my second. Maybe here. This is kind of what I was thinking, because it's so big already. I might stick it right in there. Which makes it really obvious that there's an extra pocket there. Do y'all see that? So this one has this nice big pocket for pictures and storage and whatever. I'll leave her there for a minute. Okay. So this is one that, I think this is the one I wanted to, yes. I just love this Ducky. He's going in there somewhere. I don't know where. I have no idea where. But he's going in. I'm not putting the bunnies in here, in this one. This one has, this particular piece has a lot of bunnies. It's got this cute little tic-tac-toe game with the duckies. I know that they're probably not duckies. I do realize, because someone's going to tell me, I do realize that they are probably more chickadees, but I'm going to call them duckies because when they start out, they look so much alike. I'm going to go with that. I'm just gonna decide that for me, these are duckies. So, all right, I'm gonna use those. We'll do a little choppy here in a few minutes. And where's that other? So it's all up here. So I have, there's just all sorts of stuff here to put in here. I have these that I actually got at an estate sale years ago. And I don't think I've ever used them. I love them so much. So I may put one or, one in here. There's the fox, the deer, the raccoon, the bunny. So that one's a possibility. I've got some really nice stickers here. That one. I might do something with those. I like this car for this one. Yeah, this is the part where it gets hard for me. All right, I love this car. This is going in. This one's going in. Remember, these are window decorations. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I love them so much. So, and the window decorations are great. They stick and they stay. I haven't had any problems using those in the past. So let me pull down some other things that I have up here. These are from some books. So I was thinking about making some pockets or some tucks. I think those are really pretty. I loved this saying, sometimes when morning lights the sky and gladness fills the air, I feel like telling others of the beauty of the world. Love that. I adore this one. I just love her. She's petting the lambs. This is just additional paper pieces that I could fit into the journal if I want to. They're the right color. They came out of another, I think they came out of another Dollar Tree journal that was just easy. This one was sewn together. So this one was really, really simple to take apart, which I love. So I have a couple of these pieces I really like. And I'm thinking about turning these into, I'm definitely going to turn one of them into a band. This was what was in between them. That way. And I don't know. I may use this one. I like that it still says Chew Chicken Child Chili China. But I'm not going to use it on this one. I made this flock of geese piece for this journal. What else do I have up here? I have some really cool, let's see, other pieces. So, oh, cards. I've got to find the cards. Oh, where's that card? Did I move it over here? I think the card's over there. So I've got some cards to go in here. So what I'm going to do, I think now, is I'm going to go ahead and put some of these pieces in. And then I think the finale will be just walking through and seeing, how it ended up. What you think? So now it's all about finding the right pieces. If there are right or wrong pieces. Let me see. So Okay, so you've been listening to some music, and I'm back with you. So I've added some ephemera. There's so much more I could put in here, and I may continue to add to it. So the last thing I'll do is the final video will be a walkthrough when I add a little bit more to this side, and I'm going to make sure that I have everything in here. You can see that I mean, honestly, I could keep going forever. I could keep adding in ephemera, adding pieces, adding tucks and little areas of interest, and that's kind of the point. If I fill it, then the person who gets it can't fill it with their own ephemera. So I have to be careful. I want to keep going and just finding more and more and more to put in there. I want it to be, really interesting to whoever gets it, and at the same time, not so full that they have no room for their own stuff. So, okay, the very last episode is going to be a final walkthrough.